Hello, welcome to Instant Self-Love on Repeat. I am Karina Reeves, your relationship coach, bringing you into more relationship with yourself, more self-love, more connection, more beauty, so that you can be in amazing connection with the relationships in your life. So today is a very interesting topic. I realized that today is kind of part 2 for the push-pull. Push-pull video. If you haven't seen that, that was 2 days ago. That is week 3, day 3, the push-pull. And when I named this video, Making Your Mind Your Servant, what I realized is one of the things that I have, the way my brain works, is I work in flowcharts. So if this, then that. You've seen those flowcharts? Like you ask yourself a question, is it yes? Then you go on to this step. If it's no, then you go on to that step. And I think so much of life can be made a million times simpler if you do that. Oh, I don't have this step yet, then I do that step. And it can be really soothing to our nervous systems to have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan. What's another word for having a plan? You've decided. Maybe you've heard that. You have to decide. You got to decide. Once I decided. Yeah, it can be really confronting when it feels like there's a story attached that once you've decided it should happen instantly. But that's not what deciding means. Deciding means that you have embraced and acknowledged and decided that you've decided what path you're on. Where are you going? You've decided that you are willing to be in the adventure, in the game of. So when you come back to the push-pull idea, if I'm in the game of something, if I'm in the game of having like more fun in my life, if I'm in the game of making more money, if I'm in the game of having hotter sex, then it's not that I'm doing it right or wrong if it happens on a certain timeline. Please, please, please let go of that belief. Step out of that lie. The universe doesn't work that way. The universe wants to play with you. Hi, Lulu. Welcome. The universe wants to play with you. Wants to play with you. Ooh, Karina wants this game. Okay, let's play in this game. So how does it come back to making your mind your servant? Once you've decided what game you play, then all of life is a feedback loop for who you're being and what you've chosen to do, what actions you've chosen to take. It's that simple. It's that simple. And that's where my energy work comes in, of hearing and recognizing what beliefs in your subconscious are keeping you maybe looping in directions that don't feel good, that feel like you're pushing against brick walls. But notice how that energy of push versus pull just came up again. So when you want to have your mind be your servant, it is a practice. However old you are, let's say you started really creating and coming from the, what do they say for early childhood? Like your brain's kind of wired by the time you're 5. Some people say 7, some people say a little earlier. Let's just say 5. Change the number to the one you want if you're more educated in early childhood development than I am. So take your age minus 5. You've been in your operating system for a really long time, and your brain loves a good operating system because it's kept you alive this far. It's kept you alive this far. Even if it's stuff you don't like, your brain is like, well, not comfortable, I don't like it, but it's kept me alive, so I'm going to keep doing it. I've nicknamed that, actually, I think it came from a professor in university. Co-created it. I call that your winning formula. Whatever is happening right now is actually your winning formula. And you may say to me, Karina, it does not feel like I'm winning. Your brain thinks that you are winning if you are alive. So part of what we're unwinding is being the ones in control, not the survival brain, but your thriving brain, your deciding brain, your creative brain, your front lobes, is where you are creating your life. And that's where having your brain become the energy that surrounds you, to become your whole chakra system, to be in the dance of where am I going? What do I want? How am I going to get there? Versus, oh no, what do I not want? What do I not want? What do I not want? What do I have to protect myself from? What's coming up that means I failed, that means I'm going to die? Okay. So, when you've decided who you are and what you want, your whole energetic direction will change. There's a saying, how does it go? She remembered who she was and the game changed, by Lala Delaya. I think I got that right. I remember when I first heard that phrase, remember who the fuck you are. And I was like, I don't know who I am. I just know I want that thing. So what we're doing is we are shifting it. Decide who you are. Decide what you want. And then keep coming back to that image. Keep coming back to the journey you've committed to. So what that will look like is, what's something that I hear? Let's take something about who you want to be. Maybe you've decided there's a boundary you want to keep, or you want to stop snapping at your kids, or you want to stop being mad at your partner. So you need to make a plan. Okay, I get mad at my partner, and I know that when that happens, I'm actually scared that I'm not lovable. So I want to be in the game of connecting to massive self-love. Welcome to instant self-love on repeat. So when you've decided that's the game, then every time the thought comes up, I'm not lovable, you are going to hold and heal and love on that part of you that believes that lie as you are moving towards epic self-love. It is never about, what do some people call it, spiritual bypassing? Nope, not about spiritual bypassing. It's about being with yourself on the journey. So is the practice becoming clear? You claim who you want to be. You decide what you are looking to create in the world. And then you are playing the game. You decide your avatar. You are then playing the game of, just like in a video game, of fighting the dragons, of, slaying the zombies, of going after the golden crown, whatever it is. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I know who I am. I've decided. So then when the mind wants to tell you that what is happening is proof of what you have decided. Oh my goodness, my grammar's getting terrible. If your mind starts to tell you that you're failing, that you're terrible, that you're awful, that you're never going to get the thing, you have decided. You come back to your truth. You treat that like a zombie, like a dragon, like a monster, like a something that is showing you where you have a piece coming up that you haven't integrated yet. You get to love yourself as you heal and love and shift that part. Okay, practical. Let's get really practical. What does that look like moving forward? I'd say there's some journaling to do here. This is a journaling practice. Who do I want to be? And where am I going? What have I decided I am? And what have I decided I want to be in the game of calling in next? You need to journal that. You need to actually decide. You need to make it, it's called a 5 senses reality. Maybe we'll do that next week. Next week, by the way, is going to be all about magic. Taking all the elements from these past 3 weeks, curiosity, the mind-body connection, all of these practices, all of these mindset shifts, all of these places where you are in deeper allowance with yourself, And now we're starting to shift into the deciding, into the creating, right? With your body, with your energy, with your presence and experience. So I invite you to do this journaling practice. This is going to be your takeaway. We're heading into the weekend. It's day 5. I'm a little late at Saturday. I'm sorry. Who do I want to be? And let that be your truest self. I used to get confused by that question. This is going to be a long video, apparently. I apologize. I used to get confused by that question because they would say, love yourself. And I'm like, I'm angry all the time and it pushes people away. You getting to love yourself even though you get angry. What I've learned, I got to love myself even as I was angry. I got to love my angry parts so that I could understand what is the anger that's coming up, what is the defense, what is the worry, what is the protection with myself, so that I could come back to being who I really am, which is powerful, loving, magnificent, a goddess in jeans. So if things are coming up in your life that aren't what you like, this isn't about twisting yourself into that's who I really am. That's part of how you're reacting to the world. Does that make sense? So in your journaling, you want to think about, you want to call in who is the you that feels amazing? Who is the you that you want to be in your life, in the situations, hard, easy, fun, challenging? That's the woman, the person, the man you want to connect with. Not when you're in your reactive, defensive, protective, nervous system collapse. Okay? And then pick just one thing that you'd like next and give it a few words. This is a really powerful practice I do with my clients. Give it a few words so that it becomes an entity. So that it becomes an entity. Matt and I decided that the home that we're creating is like a kitchen table where everyone feels welcome and we have fun and we feel connected. That is the vibe that we want in our home together, wherever it is, and how we welcome people into our space. So then when life gets confusing, you have that really clear image, that clear entity of what you desire to tap back into. And I probably don't need to say this, but just in case, you get to decide that you're having it. Remember that. Remember it over and over and over and over and over, because you are rewiring however many years it is between age 5 and now. But I don't care if that's even just 5 years, 10 years. But for most of us, it's 46 years. Okay, clear? Journaling. We've avoided journaling this whole time. And because this is all about the mind-body connection, please move your body as you journal. Check in what feels good, what fears come up that maybe are some feelings that don't feel so good, and let them be okay as you decide who you want to be on the way to where you want to go. I love you so much. I believe in you. And when you decide and remember who you are, the game changes. All right, I love you.